If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
That's how Elon Musk decided to end the year 2023 with a vile, profanity-laced message for advertisers. Before he took over, tech billionaire Elon Musk said that X, formerly known as Twitter, is not reaching its potential.
I think there is a tremendous amount of potential. It will be very difficult to achieve, but I think possible. And I think ultimately it could be one of the most valuable companies in the world.
And in little over a year's time since his takeover, X is now worth less than 1/3 of what Musk paid for the company, a whopping $44 billion. At one point, it had lost 90% of its value. Active user engagement on platform on the app has fallen 16%. There has been a massive drop in revenue. The advertisers have pulled out. Racial and hate speech posts have gone up. Elon Musk's takeover of X has truly been transformative, but certainly not for good. The social media platform has seen a tumultuous series of troughs and crests. On October 27, 2022, Musk made a grand entry at Twitter's headquarters in California. That was just a day before he was due to officially take over the company. In a classic Musk way, he entered the building carrying a sink. Posting the video on Twitter, he captioned it, and I quote, "Let that sink in." The following day, Musk finally completed his $44 billion acquisition of the company, setting the company off on a whiplash. After the acquisition was completed, Musk tweeted the development saying, "The bird is freed," referring to the erstwhile bluebird logo of the company. Right after the takeover, Musk terminated Twitter's chief executive Parag Agrawal, chief financial officer Ned Segal, and legal affairs and policy chief Vijaya Gadde. Following this came a wave of layoffs.
An email went out in the early hours of the UK that confirmed the sort of rumors we've been hearing for a while about there being layoffs coming. The email basically said there'd be a large reduction in headcount. It said that if we would be affected, we'd hear to our personal email, if not to our work email. And it was about an hour after that I found that my work laptop was remotely wiped and access to Slack and Gmail revoked. Checked in with a few US colleagues who were still awake, and many of them were reporting seeing the same thing.
Within just the first week, Twitter laid off about half of its workforce. Employees filed class action lawsuits against the firm, and advertisers started to pull their ads from the platform. And that was just the beginning of Twitter's colossal downfall. Shortly after the buyout, Musk launched one of Twitter's major changes. He started an $8 monthly subscription program for a blue verification mark. The new rules meant that users could now pay to obtain the legacy blue tick on their profile. And that unleashed chaos and a meme fest on the platform. Twitter users began abusing the new program. In one case, a Twitter user made a fake account by the name of American pharma company Eli Lilly. They got it verified via the new program and tweeted that insulin would be available for free. Although Eli Lilly later clarified, saying that it was a fake post, $15 billion were wiped off its market capitalization already. Similarly, a fake account posing as US defense firm Lockheed Martin said that the company would halt weapons sales to countries like Saudi Arabia and Israel. Within the same month, Musk rolled back the program. In the following months, Musk made a series of controversial changes. He decided to provide what he called quote-unquote general amnesty. This was for accounts that were suspended on the platform. The ban on former US President Donald Trump's account was also reversed. Meanwhile, the accounts of journalists critical of Musk were suspended. There were fears of rising hate speech on the platform. The Center for Countering Digital Hate released a report. It said that tweets containing racial slurs soared in the week after Musk bought Twitter. And amid all of this, advertisers continued their exit from the platform. Brands including General Motors, Ford and Pfizer were some of the first to pause advertising on Twitter. And for all of this, Musk had only one thing to blame: the activist groups.
Recently, had a lot of difficulty with activist groups pressuring major advertisers to stop spending money on Twitter. Activist groups have been successful in causing a massive drop in Twitter advertising revenue, and we've done our absolute best to appease them, and nothing is working. So this is a major concern, and I think this is frankly an attack on the First Amendment. If activist groups can pressure advertisers upon which Twitter is fundamentally dependent to, suppress free speech, then that doesn't seem right.
Within the same year, Musk dissolved its Trust and Safety Council. It was formed to address hate speech on the platform. This increased calls by Democratic lawmakers to investigate Twitter. Lawmakers asked federal regulators to probe possible violations of consumer protection laws.
This is something that we're certainly keeping an eye on. And look, we have always been very clear, and that when it comes to social media platforms, it is their responsibility to make sure that when it comes to misinformation, when it comes to the hate that we're seeing, that they take action, that they continue to take action. Again, we're all keeping a close eye on this.
Then came a new CEO for Twitter. In May 2023, Linda Yaccarino took over. Musk and Yaccarino bonded over their quote-unquote work ethic. And just 2 months after Yaccarino took over, Twitter had its biggest revamp ever. It was no longer called Twitter. In July, the company was rebranded as X. In essence, Twitter was taken over by what's called X Corp. Musk said he wanted to build a quote-unquote everything app. The X project is somewhat Musk's pet project. The name harks back to X.com, one of his first financial services startups that later spun into what's now known as PayPal. With the overhaul, the iconic blue bird permanently flew away from its headquarters. A giant X logo took its place. The flashy, glitzy logo garnered massive criticism, and within days it was taken down. But the name change did not end its troubles. The company was unable to pay rent. In some cases, it also failed to pay salaries and bonuses to employees. Amid the drama, X launched an ad revenue program. Under this, verified users could earn money through ad impressions on their tweets. But the advertisers kept leaving the platform. Most recently, Musk came under fire for agreeing to an anti-Semitic post on the platform. It came amid the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. While that sparked a massive outcry on X, later Musk paid a visit to Israel, which was widely described as his apology tour. While that somewhat helped cushion the impact of his post, it did very little to make up for X's business. More companies suspended advertising on the platform. Apple, Disney, and Comcast added to the never-ending list. A recent estimate from investment firm Fidelity showed that it had further slashed its stake in the firm. Fidelity is the company that had helped Musk buy Twitter. As of November last year, its stake in X was worth $5.6 million. That's 72% lower than the value of its stake at the time of the takeover. Despite a rollercoaster ride, it seems like Musk still has big plans. The question is, can he spring a turnaround, or will Twitter end up as a cautionary tale?